with 3 hair tests, 3 tests to see how healthy your hair is. So I apologize, it's going to be really hard to see this because a lot of the tests I'm doing are on strands of hair, but we'll make it work. So the first one I'm going to do is how to tell if you have shedding versus breakage. So right here I have a piece of hair that's been shedding, that's shed, and then one that's broken, unfortunately. So this is the hair that's shed. As you can see, it's longer. And I know you can't see this, but there's actually a bulb at a little white bulb at the top. So if you have a little white bulb at the top of the piece of the hair, that means it's shed hair. Now breakage is a lot shorter. And also it doesn't have any white bulb at the top. So again, this is the broken hair. This is a hair that has naturally been shed. It's a lot longer. Okay. And it has that white bulb. Now, the other hair test I do is to test how strong my hair is. And this will let me know if I have too much moisture or too much protein. So, and you don't have to pull, in order to do these tests, you don't have to pull your hair out. You can just wait for it to naturally fall out. So, what I do, this is a piece of hair that's naturally been shed. I don't know if you can see that. I take it, I put it between my 2 fingers, and then I tug gently. Just gently tug it, but at the same time make sure you're applying enough pressure. Now if you tug it and it breaks, you have protein overload. If it's limp, and this is actually healthy, this is normal, see, but sometimes it'll be limp and you have too much moisture. But again, if it breaks, I can't break it, but if it breaks, then you have too much protein and you need to do a moisturizing conditioner. And then if it's just limp and it's just gooey, I don't know how to put it, if it's gooey, then you have too much moisture and you need to do a protein treatment. Okay, so that's 1 and 2 tests. Also, there's a test to test if your hair is too porous. And when your hair is porous, it means that the cuticle is exposed. And that's not good because your hair is more susceptible to being over-processed. And usually one of the quickest ways I can tell is when I'm having this issue is when it just takes it takes too quickly for my hair to dry. Like in 5 minutes, my hair, after washing my hair, it's just dry. It's not retaining the moisture. It's frizzy. And so air drying is a great way to see how healthy your hair is. Also, what happens is basically your hair shaft, it gets exposed. And so your hair strands look like this instead of like this. And you want it to be like this because that means it's more protected and it's not going to be easy to over process your hair. So what I do to test this is I take a bowl of water and then you put the hair in the water. You probably can't see this again, I'm sorry. And if your hair floats at the top, which so far this is actually floating, give it a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, and if your hair floats at the top, then it's okay. That means it's protecting the water from getting into your hair. If it sinks to the bottom, that means you might have an issue with high porosity, and that's basically your hair isn't protected. There's holes and issues with it letting in water and chemicals, which is really bad. So what you can do a protein treatment to fix that. And there's actually on Hairlista, they talk about this a lot too, porous hair. But again, if it sinks to the bottom, you're having issues with it letting in too much moisture, high porosity. And if it's floating at the top, you're great. That means your hair is protecting the strand from having water go in it, and of course chemicals. So and it can cause damage. I mean, if you have really hard issues with high porosity, it could really be a problem when you go to put a relaxer on your hair. So if you have any questions, I know it's kind of a lot to take in. If you have any questions, please ask. Thank you so much for those who have subscribed, and thank you for watching. Bye.